fumble a bag. Now I will not fumble a bag. Fumble a bag. Now I will not fumble a bag. Act like you know how this goes.
J Squad, Journey Squad, Dream Squad. It's your girl, and I'm back with another video. It's been a while. It's so many story times and it's so much stuff. It's so much stuff that I need to freaking tell y'all. But baby, y'all read the title, I definitely gotta get this one out because I feel like this video is actually long overdue, but I've been so busy working. Speaking of work, I'm at work right now, but y'all, I also work for myself. I did finally start my own in-home care agency. We're gonna talk about that in another video because I definitely don't want to mix my business with what's going on right now, right here. So if y'all see me looking down, I'm looking down at my iPad because baby, your girl had to take note because it was just so much stuff. And this is probably not even everything on here, but it was just so much stuff that happened in such a small amount of time of me dating this man. We're gonna give a nickname. We're gonna call him Gumbo. When somebody else get brought up in this story, I will give them a nickname, but really it's just me and him are the main characters in this motherfucking story. Y'all, I can talk about it now without really crying. I feel like I'm old enough to be able to peep game when somebody running game on me. But because I'm such a genuine person, a giving person, a caring person, that sometimes shit just go over my head. Not no motherfucking more, y'all. Like, this shit really took a little bit of a toll on me. So Gumbo, y'all, so basically I met Gumbo at work. Okay, I met Gumbo last year in the fall at work, and to be for real with y'all, I wasn't even really feeling Gumbo when I first seen him. He was giving like a chocolate, you know, like a little dark skinned Kermit the Frog, and on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm gonna say he was like a strong 4.5, 4 and some quarters, maybe like a solid 5, but nothing past 5. Like, he was like half and half. Like, when he put on certain shit, he was a solid 5, but then when he put on other shit, he was a solid 4. In the beginning, I wasn't really feeling him. Like, he would flirt with me at work or whatever, and mind y'all, we worked in like close quarters, okay? Like, we worked in really close quarters. He was actually training me on the job. We was pretty like close at work. The first couple weeks, like, he would flirt with me. I would flirt back a little bit, but it wasn't anything serious. It literally was like a whole, maybe like the 3rd or 4th week, maybe even a month until we actually exchanged numbers. Like, it took a minute for us to even just exchange numbers. I mean, he gave me his number. He hit me up first. He actually hit me up the day I gave him my number. And he was like, yo, you trying to go get something to eat? So I'm like, yeah, come on, let's go, let's ride out. So beyond that day, y'all, we literally hung out every day after that. But I started to pick up on a lot of shit the beginning of the end, honestly. So the first thing I'm gonna tell y'all is, he would tell me, like, after the first couple weeks of us like hanging out every single day, like, there was like a couple times where he would tell me like, oh, he wanted the link, but then he would stand me up. And I'm the kind of person where if you're gonna stand me up, like, I'm not finna call you, I'm not finna say shit, I'm not gonna, like, it is what it is. And when we would get to work, he would question me like, oh, well, what did you do? Or what was you doing last night? And I would be like, nigga, I was waiting on you at first, but then past that, you stood me up. It shouldn't matter what I did because you stood me up. So it really should not matter at all. After about the 3rd time of him doing that shit to me, y'all, I literally had to put my foot down like, listen, bruh, first off, you're not that cute, okay? And I'm literally like being sold on your personality because he was super funny. Like, he was really, 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 really funny. But you ain't all that to be standing nobody up. Like, and I'm not saying that I'm all that, but you definitely is not the tea. You're not even the mug, bitch. Like, you're not even the tea bag. So it's definitely given, like, you need to stand on what you say. And like I said, after the first couple times of him doing that, and I started putting my foot down, he never did it the fuck again. But I want y'all to remember when I said that he's not that cute, he was really, really funny. Like, he sold me on his personality. Y'all ever been around somebody where they can just say something and it's not even what they say, it's how they say it? Like, it can be something as simple as, look at them shoes. And it would just be so fucking funny because the way he would just say it, like, it was definitely just giving, bitch, I'm finna fall out. After time go on and we getting like super comfortable, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I'm somebody who like to save money, or your girl always got bills. Y'all gotta remember, it's just me. I'm independent. I'm on my own. I pay all my own bills. So I be liking to stay in the house. I don't be want to go on dates all the time. And I'm not the kind of person that be like, oh, you gotta spend on me. You gotta spend on me. Granted, he did do a little bit, you know, here and there, but I'm not the kind of person where it's always like, we need to go out, we need to go out, we need to go out. So I would like to stay in the house. Now, he will always come to my house, right? He will always come to my apartment. And finally, I was like, why we ain't ever going to your house? Like, granted, y'all, I had been in front of his house. I've been in the driveway of his house. But I had never been in. So finally, I'm like, why I ain't never been inside your house? And he was like, oh, well, my house real messed up. You know, I ain't got no toilet, the plumbing messed up, blah 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 blah. I need some people, it's holes in the wall, da da da, when the cops ran in. But he was just saying all of this stuff on how he needed to get it fixed up. I never seen a construction worker. I never seen nobody look like they was fixing it. And I had been in front of the house numerous of times, plenty of times, a plethora of times. And never have I ever seen anybody ever fixing it up, right? He would just always come to my house. So that was kind of like the first red flag where I was just like, Now I know before y'all run and y'all be like, girl, he had a wife or he had a girlfriend. He had some. No, he did not. He didn't at all. He didn't have a girlfriend. He didn't have a wife. He didn't have nothing. I just truly think that the house was either a fucking wreck. The plumbing, he didn't really have no toilet and some more shit, or just some other shit. And then later on, I did find out some other shit, but we're gonna talk about that later in the video. He also was a D dealer. If you know, you know. If you don't, you know. I'm not about to explain it. But it was so funny that he would tell me that he was a D dealer, but he wasn't really getting no money. Because if you a D dealer, how the fuck your house ain't fixed up yet? Like, I'm sorry, if I'm out here, not only one, working, I have a 9 to 5, and 2, I'm out here trapping. The first thing I'm finna make sure is good is my home. Like, I'm gonna make sure my house is straight before I'm just out here running the streets and doing this and that. But obviously, him having a toilet and having correct plumbing and not having holes in the wall was none of his concern. Which is why he got dropped like a bad habit. He would lie about his money. So he was so busy trying to impress me. Like, he was so busy trying to make himself look good to me that he would forget his lies. Like, he would tell me like, oh yeah, I trap so much, I got this, I got that, I'm just this thug, da 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 da. But forget that we was just at the flea market last week and you just bought some Nike shoes from the flea market. You just bought like fake name brand clothes from the flea market. And let me tell y'all, listen, I am the one for a deal. I like to shop at Ross. I like to shop at TJ Maxx. I love Shein, Fashion Nova, Temu. I like all the things that are deals. But one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to try to fake it and pump fake like I'm one way and I'm just this big bread motherfucker when I don't even have a toilet or plumbing and I got holes all throughout my house. And I'm not going to be acting like I'm just this hood thug ass nigga when really you just bought shoes and clothes from the flea market. This is what really made me like look at him differently and start looking at him differently, because when he would get around his friends, he would just try to make it seem like he was just such this, you know, this big dog and he's the big trapper and he be fitted and fresh. But you and I both know that you just bought that Baby sweater or that Baby jacket from the flea market for $20, which ain't nothing wrong with it. I know everybody live by that whole fake it till you make it, but baby, if you gotta fake it till you make it, don't act like you just like you just got it all together and you just got it all figured out. Meanwhile, you out shopping at the flea market, but your house is in shambles. Further down the line, as time went on, y'all, he started to ask me for stuff. Like, one thing he asked me to put a pow pow in my name for him. Bitch, do I look dumb? Like, be fucking For real. At this point, y'all, I had quit the job. I started my business full-time, and then I started working my other job full-time. So at this point, I quit that job. I let that job go because I really, number one, I didn't really want to be around him because it got to a point where we started fighting every day. He would get really jealous. It was just a whole lot going on. So at this point, y'all, I had quit the fucking job. So now that I'm not working at the same job, he really start turning up on your girl. Like I said, asking me to put a pow in my name for him. Who? From there, y'all, he would always scream out how he had all of this money. He was a thug and he was big money. But then he started asking me for money. One day he called me and he was like, oh, my check ain't come in. Is there any way you can give me $100? Yo, I literally started laughing in his face. Like, I literally started laughing because I like you, but I don't like you that much. So I literally started laughing and hung up the fucking phone. And he would ask me to do stuff like order him clothes. Like, order me this, order me that. I need some clothes. I need this. I need that. What? Now, mind y'all, when Christmas came around, I got him a pair of boxers. True Religion boxers, and that was it. He got me some Bath and Body Works, some candles. I think that was it. Definitely giving, like, he had like two sides to himself. Like, he was this, oh, I'm gonna take you out on dates and I'm gonna spend a little bit of money, but I also want you to give to me even though I'm giving you the bare minimum. Cause the shit he was asking me for was like way more than what he was actually doing for me. Like, and it's not about what somebody doing or who doing what. It's just about like the fact that, number one, you asked me to put a pow in my name for you. Like, who the fuck do you think I am? Like, that's the setup. That's not caring about somebody, especially with the shit that you say you do. And y'all, when I say that this man was a D dealer, this nigga wasn't doing nothing but selling dubs. It was a couple times where I would go out with him. Like, he would literally want me to ride around the city with him. And normally I would just be in my phone. I would just be scrolling and shit. But this particular day, I'm like, you know what, sis? He been asking me for money and clothes and this and that. Let me actually really pay attention to see the money that this man is really getting, y'all. And I swear to God, the whole 3-4 hours I rode around with him and him going from person to person, I think in those 3 to 4 hours, dude probably made about $70. Like, he wasn't doing nothing but selling dubs of bud. Like, he wasn't really no trapper. He tried to make himself be something that he wasn't. And then try to run like game and be like, oh, I only asked you for it because I wanted to see if you was gonna do it. Well, bitch, you got my answer, and the answer is no. Who the fuck do you think I am? Like, you gotta be out of your fucking mind. Like, you really gotta be smoking something. I would start picking up on shit about him, and I would like literally, because like I said, y'all, even though he wasn't like my type physically, I really did start to kind of have like a soft spot for him. Oh, and I left out a big part of the story. He did a very long time in jail. Like, I'm not talking 1 year, 5 years, 6 years, 8 years. He did more than that. He did a lot of time in jail. Gumbo did a lot of time. And y'all, I'm not trying to be funny, but I just really didn't understand how the fact he was a 40-year-old thug. And I try to tell myself that I can kind of understand the whole institutionalized mindset, and it's really hard to adapt to life after getting out of jail. Mind y'all, he had only been out for 2 years. Like, I really try to like reconcile and understand and put my feet in his shoes and try to really understand what this man had went through and what he was mentally going through. Only thing that was nice about him was his car. This is when I really started to realize that he was really a fucking bum and all he wanted to do was impress niggas. And this is when the whole DL part come into play. So he had a really nice car, y'all. It wasn't a foreign, it was just a newer, nicer car that he had put money into. Now, mind y'all, remember I told y'all earlier in the story that this man had no toilet, no plumbing, holes all in the wall. Basically, it was a trap house that had not been fixed up, right? Well, he would literally put so much money into his car. I'm not even gonna say so much money, but he would put money into his car. My dude, you don't have no toilet in your house. This is when I knew his priorities was fucked up, and this was not somebody that I can see a future with. So beyond that, I literally just kind of start doing me, and I really started to just kind of move away from the whole like situation shit, because it was just like, yeah, bro, this is not a man I want to see. Anybody that can go and spend $200-300 when they get their little check on some tinted windows, but not spend that on getting a toilet and getting your plumbing together and getting you some furniture, I can't fuck with you, because your priorities is fucked up. And even though all my shit not together and I'm not perfect by any means, but you, my guy, come on now. Like, if your car rolling and you can get from point A to B, okay, but to put extra money into a car, some tint and some rims, when you don't even got no toilet in your house, be fucking for real. That's when I really knew, like, yeah, this is never gonna work. And at this point, I was just here just to be here, and I literally was just wasting my fucking time in his. And when I really started to bag up from the situation, because the down low shit really started to like, So it was this girl, we just gonna call her Peanut, because she don't really play a role in the story. But it was this girl that worked with us at the job, and she had ended up coming back telling me that Gumbo and another dude, a gay dude that worked there as well, you know, have been effing. So I remember when I asked him and the gay dude, I ain't gonna say gay dude, I'm gonna call him Sassy. So I remember when I asked Sassy and when I asked Gumbo, I asked both of them, like, are y'all doing something? Mind y'all, again, he been in jail for a really, really long time. So you just never know nowadays. I always hear stories about how girls end up dating a dude and he end up being DL, or their husbands end up being DL, and all other kind of shit. Like, I didn't want to be one of those girlies. I did not want to play a part in a whole DL thing, because baby, I did not. So I asked straight up. They both said no, of course. But after that, I really, like, the sex really stopped. Like, I really wasn't feeling it no more. I literally had really bagged up from him. The only time we would even have communications and when he would call me. Otherwise, I was really on no contact, because after hearing that and kind of already getting a sense of him being DL, I was just kind of like, yeah, I'm a bag up. This is what really sealed the deal and really made me bag up and really start paying attention to this man, y'all. He asked me to go chill with him and vibe with him. He had to run a couple plays, and then he wanted to go to the flea market and get some food. So I was like, yeah, okay, cool. So I actually had to be at work later on that day, y'all. And I get dressed. He come and get me. He like, well, before we go, I gotta hit a couple plays or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. So we go to his people house or whatever, and his people, like, he was really supposed to just be dropping something off, but then his people like, oh man, can you take me up to Dollar General and get something to eat real quick? So mind y'all, I had told him, because this was early in the morning, I was gonna make me a smoothie and make me some breakfast, and then I was gonna go on about my day before he called me. So I had ate breakfast or nothing, y'all. All I did was get up, wash my ass, brush my teeth, do my shit, and then get dressed. That's it. I didn't eat nothing. So I had told him when I first got in the car that I was hungry, okay? Keep that in mind. We just finna go drop off whatever we need to drop off to his peoples, and we was gonna hit the road. Boy, was I wrong. So we take the dude to the Dollar General. Then he wanted to go to a barbecue place. Mind y'all, the barbecue place line is double wrapped around the building. Right? I'm thinking that this man is gonna be like, yeah, bruh, either we can drop you off here, you gotta find a way home, or something. Because this is a grown ass man. All we were supposed to be doing was dropping something off to him. We wasn't supposed to be playing Uber Eats and Uber and shit. Like, we were supposed to just be dropping something off to him and keep it pushing, okay? No. We literally sat there and waited for this man to get his food, y'all. It was like a good 40 minutes. On top of waiting the 40 fucking minutes, right? Dude get a phone call. When dude get the phone call, it's somebody else on the phone telling him that they need something, right? Oh, well, where you at? Oh, I'm at the barbecue spot. Hey, man, go in there and order me a sandwich. Now, mind y'all, I do not eat pork, y'all. Okay, I don't eat pork. He goes and ordered this man some food. Now, remember when I just told y'all, I had literally just pretty much got up, I got dressed, and I met up with him. I hadn't eaten or nothing. Y'all know how, especially when women get hungry, we get hangry, bitch. Like, I be ready to fight when I be hungry. You hear me? Like, I'll really, 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 really be ready to fight everybody in sight, okay? We sit there for an additional, like, 20 minutes on top of us still waiting for this man's food. The dude that's in a car with us. The friend that we picked up that we wasn't supposed to pick up because we was just supposed to be dropping something off. Now we double waiting because now the other friend wants something to eat. Mind y'all, I'm still hungry. I'm really thinking to myself like, this nigga is really probably for real gay. Because now I will be going into this more in part 2. I don't want nobody coming for me, but the fact that he had me wait and he was quick to answer his homeboys and not cater to me really had me feeling some type of way. It was definitely giving sassy. I'm sorry, and I know some people like, girl, no, you did not just relate that to him being gay. I did, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. And I have nothing against the LGBTQ community. For y'all who do not know or who are new to my channel, I am part of the B in LGBTQ. Okay, I am bisexual, so I have nothing against nobody. But even when I had a girlfriend, when I've been with exes, they come first. Like, I'm sorry, they do. They do. Like, if my girl say she hungry and my friends want me to do all this whipping and running shit that was not in plan, that was not even supposed to be in motion, I'm gonna make sure my girl get her a plate first before I take you to Dollar General, get some food, pick up somebody else's food, drop that off, go here, go there, drop you off. No, I'm sorry, but that to me is just definitely giving you're a sissy. You jump and you move for your friends, but for you're not doing, like, you literally got her on weight. And we had got into the biggest fight. Like, finally, when it was all said and done, when we dropped off the homie or whatever the fuck the dude was, and drop off the other dude food and all this, like, when it was all said and done, like, I dogged this man so fucking bad, and I call him a sissy. I did, and y'all don't take offense to it. I'm sorry, but I'm a little heated just talking about it because I really can't believe I even let myself go through this, because it was so many red flags in the beginning any motherfucking way, and I still put myself through this. Like, it definitely was giving, I'm gonna jump for my boys, but I'm not gonna do anything for my girl. She comes last to my boys. Mind y'all, the fact that he did so long in jail was because one of his best friends. So you put me to the side for another nigga? Be fucking for real. You're sassy. You're a sissy. It was so many more instances and just so much more shit that happened. I really realized that this man would really try to coerce me and try to feed me all of these lies and the narcissism and just so much shit and make me believe that he was something that he was not. It was almost like he was trying to sell me a dream. He was trying to, like, pump himself up, when in reality he knew that I knew that he was nothing but a bum ass wannabe. Like, you're a bum ass wannabe. And then, y'all, furthermore, he would literally try to, like, compete with me when you can't compete where the fuck you don't compare. Because although my apartment might not be huge or it might not be the best, I do live in the suburbs. I do live in a high rise. I overlook the city. I live in a very nice, expensive fucking apartment. It's actually too expensive. I shouldn't even be paying the price that I'm paying for my apartment. I should not even be paying for it, to be honest with you. Compared to a dude who got a decent car, no toilet, no plumbing, no money, no nothing, a fake ass dealer, a flea market buyer. Like, it was just so much shit. And he would literally try to make himself just seem like he was just that dude when, y'all, he was not. He was not that dude at all, y'all. And then when it come to his wardrobe, y'all, so I'm I'm a shopper. I love to shop for myself. I like to keep myself looking good. He would always tell me like, damn, you be putting that shit on, don't you? You be putting that shit on. So I would notice him buying more and more shit from the flea market, y'all. And it would get to the point where he would literally wear the same shit over and over again. I could probably go 2 whole months without wearing the same fucking shit. And it all be new shit. Y'all, I would literally go out. I got shit in my closet right now that I bought a year or 2 ago that I still have not even wore yet. And I would just buy and buy and buy and buy and buy shit. I got shoes that I literally ain't even wore yet and they still in my closet. I done bought these shoes in 2022. Like, that's just who I am. So he would try to keep up with me and compare with me. Like, I will never forget, y'all, it was just so many instances of where I just knew that this man was literally a fucking clown. Like, cause y'all, I got a big TV that hangs on my wall, okay? And I remember him being like, oh, what size is your TV? And I told him what size my TV is. Mind y'all, I ain't never even been inside your dirty ass track because he lived in the hood, y'all. And ain't nothing wrong with living in the hood. I'm not judging nobody that live in the hood, but again, you cannot compete where you do not compare. And not only that, you're a man. So he was like, oh, what size TV you got? So I tell him what size TV I got. Y'all, he purposely tried to make it seem like his TV was bigger than mine. But hold on, wait, y'all. I remember him being on the phone like weeks and weeks prior to him asking about my TV, of him asking somebody about a 19-inch TV that they were selling. Mind y'all, my TV is way bigger than 19 inches. It takes over half of my wall. But the point is, once again, he was trying to compete. Later, guess where that 19-inch TV was at? The back of his car. He finally went to go and buy the 19-inch TV. And this, like I said, you don't gotta flex and you don't gotta pretend like you're something that you're not. If you do not have it, who cares? Nobody is competing with you. Nobody is making it seem like they got more than you, because it's not that serious. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, I don't give a fuck if I had a 19-inch TV. I'm still watching TV. I'm still not missing no episodes. Like, it's not that fucking deep, y'all. And he would literally try so hard to like really flex or impress me. He didn't know if he wanted to impress me or beg me. It was like one day he was trying to impress me, the next day he was begging me. One day he was trying to impress me, the next day he was trying to beg me. And I was so fucking confused. Like, and then my friends, like, I would talk to my best friend about like the situation, and my best friend would be like, girl, you need to ask him about his mental health and like how does he feel with being out of prison. Like, ask him about his prison life. So I'm gonna make a part 2, because that's a whole different fucking video, and this video is already literally at 30 minutes, y'all. It's finna be on 30 minutes. So I think I'll just make a part 2. If you guys want a part 2, go ahead and leave it down in the comments, because it is so much more. I don't even think I got halfway all through the list, because it was just so much more shit, just so much stuff that happened. Want a part 2 to this video, please make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Like always, bye.